Hey Josh, so this is the kayak. You can't hear me because I got this stupid case over my camera. There's the ocean. I'm in front of my house right now. There's the handsome devil. Okay, here we are at the beach. So I walked down to the beach. Do you see the seaweed line there? That's where high tide usually is. The water line, because it's low tide, is about a half a kilometer away, so I'm going to have to hike there. So I've got my kayak and everything. I'm dragging it behind me. Here we are at the water's edge. Because it's such a cheap fucking camera, you can't see this beautiful sunrise. This is absolutely gorgeous. Deep, dark red sun. Just an amazing, amazing sunrise. Anyways, cheap camera prevents you from seeing that. So we're at the water's edge. There's a kayak. Small little tiny kayak. I wasn't sure what I wanted, so I bought the cheapest one possible. Now I have a better idea. This one is way too small. There it is, all packed up. Oh my God. You know what it reminds me of seeing it like this? It reminds me of one of those scooters the old guys have, you know, with the fucking pinwheels. All I need is a little dog and a case of Diet Coke hanging from it, and I'm good to go. Yep, that's what it looks like. All right, so here we are paddling. Now, I've got the cage in front of me there, so it's restricting my movements. I can't really paddle like I used to. So instead of doing like the front crawl, I'm doing like the doggy paddle. So I sped everything up here. I'm baiting the traps. These are small little casting traps I'm just taking off right now. Tossing in the water. I'm using raw chicken as bait. Stop using fish like salmon because there's a seal around here that keeps going and destroying the traps if I put salmon in them. So I started using chicken. That seems to keep them away from the traps. I'm speeding everything up here. Oh, tying up the big cage. I'm going to dump the big cage into the water. So, Josh, just to give you a little background here. I bought a really, really cheap GoPro wannabe. I think I paid like $30 for it. It's made by Kirkland, so it's a Costco special. Wrong camera to use. I'm talking away like a fucking idiot here, thinking you can hear me, but because it's in the waterproof case, you can't hear anything. And the quality is so bad in this camera, I just can't get over it. So right now I'm jumping ahead, and I'm speeding up like 50 times. Anyways, this is me on the water. Take a little sip of my scotch while I'm doing this. Oh, here we go. We're going to pick up the first trap. Take a look at it. So this is a small casting trap. All right, pulling it out here. That's what she said. Jesus Christ, look at my arms. Remember when they used to be like fucking as big as Geraldine's? Well, never mind. They were never that big, but they're a lot larger than they are now. Okay, so this is a female crab. You can tell because it doesn't have a penis. I have to throw it back in. Wait a minute. Let's give it a good shake. Shake her off. And then we'll toss it on the other side of the boat because, you know, she'll never get it over there. Now, Josh, the camera is such a piece of shit that it keeps stopping. Can't get the stuff that I want on it. There was a lot of stuff here I wanted to get. For example, there's a seal that keeps following me around every morning that I go out. I call him Mr. Snorkels. And he was at a distance, and you can't even see him, so I didn't even bother to include it. But other stuff, he got really, really close. There's all kinds of other things, but the camera kept stopping, so I've whittled it down to as much footage as I can give you. And for the boring parts, I've just fast-forwarded it. You go ahead and fast-forward right through it if you want, because it's going to get pretty boring. Anyways, 15 minutes of boring shit, but hey, at least you get to see what my morning was like. So I'm paddling over to pick up my buoy. Can't remember if this is the one that I get something on. Let's soon find out. There we go. We're pulling it up. What do we have here? Apologize for the angle of the camera. I don't have proper mounts or anything. I'm just trying to balance it on a little IKEA bag in front of me, so you're not getting a very good look at it. Nope, nothing on that one. We're going to toss it back in. There it goes. Okay, so I've paddled out. That is, what's in front of me there? Okay, I think we're looking at Blaine, Washington there. Because I live right by the U.S. border. Well, let's see if we catch anything on this one. Yeah, I'm wearing my Greta Van Fleet t-shirt. Okay, so this is the big trap. So it doesn't look like much here, but because the kayak is so small and tippy, again, it's a piece of shit. I'm really afraid of capsizing when I pull up the big traps like this, so I'm trying to be really, really careful. Use my core strength. Here we go. What do we have here? Oh, here it comes, the big trap. And I caught fuck all. Oh well, we'll dump it back in. Try again later. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm smoking a cigarette and having a scotch while I'm doing the voiceover. So just to let you know, I'm probably about 1.5 kilometers offshore. I'm halfway between Blaine, Washington and White Rock where I live. And there's lots of commercial boats around me right now, and they're keeping an eye on me because they're very territorial against their traps. All right, so nothing in that one. We're going to speed up the film here so you can not have to sit through the boring shit. Oh, my God. The colors were absolutely gorgeous. I wish the camera would have picked it up. Okay. Now, generally, what I would do at this point is I'd let the trap sit there for a while, and I would paddle about 2 kilometers over to a river inlet and just take a look at the salmon jumping. I'll show you that in a couple of minutes. But here we go up to another buoy. Sorry, man, this is boring as hell. I gotta get good at editing this shit. Alright, yep, there we go, adjusting the camera. Like, that's gonna make a fucking difference. Oh, I know what shot this is. Okay, so this is collapsible net that I had on top of the cage. And because it was so top heavy, I was so afraid of capsizing because it was so top heavy that I dropped it really close to shore. Let's take a look here. Oh, we got one. And it's a male. And the only reason I know that is because, well, I was there. Okay, so you can only keep males. You have to throw females back. So it's a real sausage fest out here. So they have to be at least 6.5 inches across in order to keep them. If they're smaller than that, you got to throw them back. So I'm trying to rest this on the side of the kayak without tipping it over, because believe it or not, this is pretty heavy. So I'm leaning one way, the net's on the other side, and it looks like this real bad balance act. Glad there's no one watching. Now I'm measuring it. And I don't mean to spoil the surprise. Real fucking cliffhanger here. Like, let's jump the shark. This is a keeper. All right. Just trying to get in a position where I can pick it up and not tip the boat over. Kayak, whatever the hell you want to call it. He's a little tangled up in the net right now. I'm trying to get him out. There he is. Okay, crab number 1 of the day. Now, I guess I should give the timeline. So I first started filming, it was pitch black outside, and I thought I could capture it. I couldn't. That's why I started out in the street. I got out there at sunrise, so it was probably around 7 o'clock in the morning. It's been less than an hour since I've been out there, so the sun is coming up. So it's about 7:45 in the morning. All right, here we come up to my buoy, and I can tell by the red cord that this is one of those small casting nets. Wow. The water's so cold when it drips on me as I bring it across the kayak that, as you can see, there's no bulge in my pants. My dick shrunk like a scared turtle, and it actually crawled right up my ass. So I am anatomically correct like a fucking Ken doll. God, I wish this was a higher quality camera. Here we go, look at that. There's 2 crabs in there. And they're both males. So now I have to measure them, make sure they're big enough. I don't know why I dropped it. Oh, all right. They must have been the female ones. So back in the water they go. Sorry, it's been about a week since I've shot this video. I just now had the chance to edit it and do the voiceover. All right, this is another casting that I'm going to pull up here. So just give you a little background. Anyways, this morning I went out. It is now Saturday, October 29th. And I went out this morning and there were 2.5 to 3 foot waves. And I got out about 1.5 kilometers is about where I am now. Hey, look, crabs. And with this little kayak, it was tossing me around. I was afraid I was going to capsize. I couldn't even drop the nets and crab because as soon as I took my oar out of the water, I had no stability. Okay, so the day I shot this, I went down here, and there's about 30 salmon jumping across the water in front of me. So this is the river that I was telling you about. So about 1.5 kilometers from where I just pulled up the nets. Oh, there's a salmon jumping. There's another. Okay, so I shot this one here on a separate day. Normally what I do is drop the nets. I do a little workout. I kayak about 1.5 kilometers onto this river. The salmon are jumping everywhere, but my camera stopped working that day. So I went back the next day and shot this just so you can see the salmon jumping, and you got 2. What I like to do is drag a lure behind me to see if I can catch one of the salmon, but it turns out all I caught was seaweed that day, so I was going to say it's a waste of time. But you know what? It's beautiful scenery. Even if I don't catch cab, it's still a good fucking day, good workout. Water, look at that. 5 crabs in 1 net, and they're all female. All right, so I'm back now. I just dropped my daughter off at work, and it's probably about 10:45. I just cleaned the crab. They're cooking. I gave one away to my wife's coworker. So there's 2 crab for me tonight. It's breakfast time. I'm starving. Time for breakfast. So there's 3 things I learned today. Number A, I'm carrying way too much shit. That 4th trap that I carried, put it on top of the cage, made everything a little top heavy. That's why I thought I was going to tip over. Number B, that stupid golf cart I'm trying to use as a trolley with wheels on the bottom, it's just crap. I got to carry it with me. Again, it's making it top heavy, way too much to carry. So I think I'm going to lighten the load a little bit and just actually carry everything. Kayak in one hand, trap in the other with all the buoys and ropes in it. And maybe we'll have better luck next time. And number C, I need a new fucking kayak. The thing I have is a piece of shit. I wasn't sure what I needed. Now I know. I need something that's stable, kind of a platform made for fishing. something that I can jump off and jump back on if I need to. So I'm on the lookout for one of those. Anyways, Josh, this has been fun. I'm going to send you the video. Let's keep in touch. Have a great day.